Hey there, I'm Jensen. Now we have an alert day Thursday for some heavy rain moving into our area, but what can you expect? I have WTOL 11 meteorologist Diane Phillips right here to get us all in the loop. So, Diane, what are the main concerns for this particular storm system?
We're going to get a good chunk of everything, it seems like, with this system. So like you said, that we do have that alert day for the heavy rainfall. So that's going to kind of be the first thing that we have. We're going to notice that rain is going to be starting later on Wednesday, but the heavy soaking rain, that's going to be here Thursday morning. So as you're getting out and about, you're going to need the rain gear to start the day. But then as we get into Thursday afternoon, things kind of start to change. We have that cold front that's going to come sweeping on through. So that means that we are going to have to transition from that rain off towards frozen precipitation, then to snow. And once we get into Thursday evening, that's when we're going to see much of us switch over to snow. But of course, the further north you are, like Southeast Michigan, you'll see that transition earlier in the day and quicker. That's why we're going to see a little bit of everything, because we have to go all the way from this spring-like weather that we have, and then the rain, and then we're right back into the heart of winter again.
So, about how much rain are we expecting?
So we're looking at about 1 to 2 inches of rainfall, and we'll really see the bulk of that to be picked up on Thursday. So flooding concerns, of course, we'll be keeping an eye to that, but also really basic flooding is going to be something that we have to worry about when we see that 1 to 2 inches of rainfall. So check your sump pumps, make sure everything's ready to go, kind of clear out the basement and move those boxes that you don't want to maybe get soggy. So that's what we're going to be working with as far as the rain. But then we're also going to be looking at snow accumulation as well. So for those in Southeast Michigan, you're going to be looking at easily at least 6 inches, if not more, as far as that accumulating snow. And that's all going to be picked up as we head into Thursday evening and then overnight. And by Friday morning, though, this whole system is moved on out. So we're going to be then kind of just working with the aftermath of those slippery roadways once we get into Friday morning.
Now, that was going to be the big thing, was the accumulation for me with the snow. Because when you hear snow after the big snowstorm we just had, that's what everybody is wondering. Now, what about that commute come Friday?
Your Friday morning commute, it's going to look different depending where you're making that drive. Even around the Metro Toledo area, we're anticipating about 1 to 3 inches. So that snow line, it's going to cut off. So make sure you're checking WTOL 11 weather app, because we have that map there. And also we have that right here on the video as well. But also we are going to be looking at heavier snow throughout Southeast Michigan and into the northwest corner of Northwest Ohio. And then we are going to be looking at some of that icing and glazing and sleet off into our southern counties. And so that depends, that some of us may be driving on some snow. Some of us may be looking at some slippery roadways as far as some sleet and that ice that's trying to stick around. So just be mindful on Friday morning to allow salt trucks to get out there and plow trucks as well, to where roadways will hopefully start to improve as we get throughout Friday. But the morning, more than likely, I anticipate seeing our school delay hotspot map kind of light up.
Well, I was just going to ask that, because we always get the messages. Everybody's always wondering, rightfully so, what's going to happen with school? Are we going to have snow emergencies? What would you say to people who are sending us those messages?
Of course, yeah, I just always want to remind everybody that we don't have the power to do those snow emergencies or the school closings. But of course, we can hand out the best knowledge as far as the forecast to those who do have to make those decisions. So we are going to be looking at, for school districts that are in far Northwest Ohio, Southeast Michigan, going to be working with snow throughout the heart of Northwest Ohio. We're going to be looking at some sleet, which can mean that roadways are a little bit slippery, especially for teen drivers. That can be a lot for those kind of going through their first winter. Might not be an easy drive to school. So anticipate, of course, checking those roadways as we get into Thursday and into Friday, mainly Friday morning. I think travel on Thursday, especially during that school time frame, should be okay. Thursday morning should not be a problem. Thursday afternoon, we'll see that transition. So hopefully we can get kids home from school and then have not much of an issue. And as far as snow emergencies, of course, the sheriff's departments, they'll be looking at the roadways. So I anticipate that they'll be getting any notices if needed as we get into our that Friday morning timeframe. I would guess we'll start to get a little bit of a word on that.
Is there anything else that you think people should know as we head into this thing?
The biggest things to know is that we're anticipating the major impacts to be basement flooding. So I just, again, want to remind everybody to check your sump pump, make sure that's ready to go. Also, travel is going to be slow on Friday. So just be mindful of that. As far as power outages, of course, if we do get some icing, to just be mindful that that is on the table. I think much of our icing is actually going to come in the form of sleet, which is going to really be more of those like ice pellets that you kind of hear tinging on the window, to where freezing rain is more of that coating that does coat trees and power lines. So I think a lot of us are going to be more in the form of sleet, which will be helpful. But of course, we still have to go through that transition from rain to snow, which means we have to face it all. To get there between the freezing rain, sleet, and then over to snow.
Well, thank you so much. And I want to remind all of you to download our free WTOL 11 weather app and check back on WTOL.com. We'll keep you updated all throughout the storm. But if you like this video, make sure you hit that like button and of course, subscribe to our channel. I'm Jensen, and now you're in the loop.